Ready for mandatory audit firm rotation. It doesn't seem like it. Only 18% of the companies have appointed auditors. 82% of the companies are yet to even start planning. That's the crucial findings of a survey conducted by Grant Thornton and Prime Database. Joining us now to discuss the highlights of that survey, Vishesh Chandiok of Grant Thornton. Vishesh, how do you explain this dismal reaction to the fact that this is mandatory? How do you explain this?
I think, Shririn, yes, the statistics are that 82% of companies who responded to our survey, over 300 companies who did respond, are yet to do anything significant about this. The main reason for that is companies were waiting for clarity from the regulator. The regulator was looking into this aspect, whether the 3-year transition period that was provided was appropriate. Only recently has it been clarified that it is happening. And as with things in India, people do like, sometimes waiting for that absolute clarity from the regulator. So that is certainly one reason. I think, within that 82% who are yet to do anything, 50% actually yet to do, yet to have any sort of formal conversation. The remainder have had a conversation, but are yet to start the process.
So given what you are telling us, Vishesh, given the fact that a large majority of this universe hasn't even started preparing or planning, that means we're going to be faced with a situation where, will they be even compliant given the time period required?
I don't think compliance is going to be an issue. Certainly, big companies, groups particularly, have started. It is quite a challenging process, particularly for big companies and groups, to find a firm that is suitable, that is independent, that is not conflicted. So I don't see, India Inc. missing the deadline, so to speak. But yes, the survey results do show that people have left it and waited till the last minute. The survey results also show that they do have a plan. 64% of the respondents did say that they plan to issue an RFP, a request for proposal, to at least 2 firms. So I think, there is a plan. 21% of respondents said that they plan to swap the statutory auditor and the internal auditor. 8% of the respondents said that they had already concluded with a firm and probably appointed. And 7% of the respondents said that they were trying out potential new auditors in different capacities, either at the subsidiary level or for some non-audit service, hopefully permitted non-audit service, to get to know the firm.
Given the kind of time period that we're talking about and the fact that companies aren't even prepared to go in for the rotation, in terms of the transition, in terms of the handing over, in terms of actually being able to seriously, pass the baton on, what is it going to mean from an auditor's perspective?
Yeah, I think from an auditor's perspective, just like from a company's perspective, it is a size-based thing. For the largest end of the firms, it is certainly just replacing their work. There is a bit of a rat race. How do we even replace the extent of work that rotates out, which we've had for a number of years? For more mid-sized firms, it is really, to be frank, almost survival. Firms that may be dependent on 2, 3, 4, 5 big clients who will rotate out, who have been with those firms for a number of years. So I think it is certainly challenging times. Also challenging times, as I said, at a time where the firms have to comply with several new regulations. The New Companies Act, which prescribes a list of prohibited non-audit services, so services that you can't provide to your audit clients, at a time when there's increasing scrutiny on those audit firms. The QRB and other regulators have become a lot more active, which is all positive. So I think at that time, certainly for the firms, it does mean diverting attention from a focus on quality to just survival, replacing work, winning work. There's no question about that. But the firms do realize that you can't let the ball drop on quality. That is eventually the underlying reason why all this is being done. I think there's one aspect, what is really positive out of all this, which actually even surprised me, was how positively India Inc. has reacted to this change. As many as
yes, the
70%
majority
of our
majority are in favor of the audit rotation, but haven't made any efforts to move towards it.
Which is actually, that's the thing. I think that's a terrific response. So at least in terms of response, 78% of the respondents said that they were in favor of mandatory firm rotation. As I said, it took me by surprise. 50% of those 78% believe it will lead to enhanced auditor independence, at least a perception of it, and 28% believe it will lead to enhanced corporate governance and better financial reporting. So I think it's phenomenal that India Inc. is taking it positively. Yes, maybe they are leaving it too late, but the ones who are doing it early are doing it for 3 or 4 reasons, and if you want, we can talk about that.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, Vishesh, but appreciate you stopping by here and taking us through the findings of your survey. India Inc. positive about audit rotation, but now need to take it seriously is the highlight from the Grant Thornton survey. Appreciate your time here on CNBC TV 18.